Hi, hello all. So it is really, we are really privileged to have with us today, uh, who had an incredible journey as both a professional footballer in the top league of England and various countries, and as a coach, especially for top teams around the world. Especially, we have a very special relationship with him during his stay in Kolkata as a head coach of East Bengal club. Apart from that, he was the coach in top ISL club, Kerala Blasters also. So, good evening, coach. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to share your experiences and insights with us. So let's start with you that you had the unique opportunity to coach one of India's most iconic football clubs, East Bengal. So can you tell us about your experience in Kolkata and working with Indian football ecosystem?
Yeah, really, the job opportunity at East Bengal came really out of the blue. Um, a guy called Steve Darby, who also managed Mo Bagan, um, gave me the number of the secretary at East Bengal because there was a position vacant, and I emailed him, and the club took me on as the manager, as the coach, and it was the beginning of what I feel. I mean, I know that we never actually won the I League, but I still always believe we were very unfortunate not to do that. There were plenty of other competitions that we won, and I think we were one of the most difficult teams to play against in India. Winning the league would have rounded things off brilliantly, but I can only speak too highly. I can't speak highly enough of the players and their attitudes and the way that they committed themselves to East Bengal, and the support we got was fantastic. I know there were some bad times, but the good times far outweighed the bad times, and I'm so glad knowing what it meant to East Bengal supporters to win games. I know what it meant to them, and I'm glad that I was able to send them home happy on a lot of occasions.
Yeah. So you were very close to also our fan, and I think you have under your coaching also we had a consecutive long win. That record also with us. We won Fed Cup, and we had multiple other titles too. So once again, from the core of heart as a East Bengal supporter, we must thank you very much. So Kolkata is often called the Mecca of Indian football. So, what stood out to you about the football culture here, and how it compare with the environments you have experienced in other countries?
Well, I just think the rivalry in Calcutta. Uh, I didn't know anything about Indian football, and when I got the job, I went on YouTube, put in East Bengal, and I couldn't believe what I saw. The crowds, the games against the club's biggest rivals, and what it meant to people to win those games. They were all massive eye openers for me, and like I say, I'm just so happy that on many occasions our fans went home happy after the game.
Okay, good. So, what would you say are your most cherished memories or takeaways from your time in India, both
Well,
on?
I just think probably winning the Federation Cup in my the first sort of month, 6 weeks I was there. Um, the team we had were brilliant right the way through the stages, getting into the final, and then to come up against our biggest rivals and to beat them, and it got me off to a good start, which only helped me, in the coming season and the coming and the future as well. I think if we hadn't have won that, maybe. my career might have gone a different way. But you know, we won it, and it gave me the opportunity then to work at East Bengal for 2 or 3 years more, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah. So also you had the privilege of playing as a striker in one of the very most competitive leagues in the world, one of the top league of Europe, England, as a striker. So what are some of your fondest memories from your playing days?
Oh, there's probably there's a lot, but I would have to say the highlights that I ever had, the highlights in my career. The first one would have been, you know, playing at Wembley Stadium in front of 70,000 people for Bolton Wanderers, and scoring. You know, and my wife was there, my mum and dad, my children were there, and to do that, you know, I'd only ever been to Wembley to watch West Ham play a couple of times in cup finals, and to actually go there and play on that pitch and score a goal, just an unbelievable game. We that one, and there were a couple of games where I think we had to win a game while I was at Bristol City. We had to win a game, last game of the season, to get promoted from League Two to League One as it is now, and we won that game 2-1, and I scored both the goals. So you know, that was a great moment as well. And probably we got to play against West Ham, which is where I'm from and the team I support. We got to play against them in a cup game, and I scored in that. And it was a great feeling. I had friends there that were watching the game, and it wasn't too bad because we drew 2-2 and we lost the replay 6-1. So I was quite happy that West Ham went through.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. So, now, one very important aspect I just want to share with you that uh, within 1 month, from 23rd of Jan to 26th of Jan in Kolkata, actually, there is a plan to organize one of the biggest medical conference in this world, we can say. That is the Association of Physicians of India annual conference, where we are expecting more than 13,000 doctors, specialist doctors across the country, and many from different parts of world will visit us. And there we have a very interesting theme, that is empathy, education, and ethics. So there also we want to promote the health not only for our patient but for ourselves also, the doctors. So as we know that we have a first hand that how regular physical activity can transform lives, and especially very recently we had done one review of multiple literature, and in Indianized version we have promoted one Rama mantra. You know that you were in Kolkata in India for a long time, and Rama is our one of our famous god. So in Rama mantra, what we want to promote, that R for right eating, A for activity. So that has some specific direction. Then M for mindfulness, meditation, and finally A for asleep. So right time, right quantity, and quality sleep is also important. So this Rama mantra had been actually we are trying to promote. But as you were one of the very prominent figure in the field of football, uh, football is not only a sport, but also an excellent way to promote physical and mental well-being. So, how do you think we can encourage more people to include football in their daily routines?
Yeah, that's a difficult question, I think, you know, because if people are not interested in having a career in football or playing football, or they, you know, that they don't enjoy getting a ball and kicking it around, it's very, very difficult to make them do that. You know, not not everybody wants to be a footballer. Obviously, the ones that do are the ones that need help, and they need help to fulfil their dreams. And again, given how India is as a country, there's all of those boys that don't go to school, that work the fields, or they stay at home with their parents, whatever. How do they ever get the opportunity to come and play? It's it's a really it's a really hard question to answer, given how India is. I mean, all I can say is the ones that want to be helped and the ones that want to become footballers is that they're given that opportunity, and obviously that would come through maybe their schools, or teams that they play for socially, and then they get picked up and they get watched, and then they become part of a club and they get that opportunity to come and do it. And you talk about mental well-being. Football is not really. You've got to have a real strong mind as well, because if you're not positive all the time, and you start to become negative, that shows in performances. So you have to make sure, no matter what happens, that you stay strong mentally and you keep your fitness levels up, and you come to play football, and really at any level you come to play and you give everything you've got for your teammates and your team.
Okay. So sometimes what happened, many of us do not have the access to professional training or facilities, and that is not always
Yeah.
required also. So what simple football-based activities or some exercise, because I am very fond of your that from the very first day of your pre-season, you start with football for our players also. So very rarely we witness this type of training beforehand. But you start from the very first day with ball those exercises. So the thing is that what simple football-based activities or exercise would you recommend to help people to stay healthy and active?
Well, there's lots of different ways depending on your age. I mean, I know over here now in Australia, there's a lot of the elderly people that here play walking football, which
Yeah.
is obviously what it is. There's no running allowed. It's just walking, and it's walking, and also it's turning and moving your body and doing different things, and it's good for them. I would say the training that the boys do, and again, it's a difficult one, that a lot of these boys won't get the opportunity to be coached. All they'll have, it was like when I was growing up, we used to go out into the street, put coats down for a goal, and we would everybody would come and play football out there, and that's where sort of my love for football started. And I was lucky enough to come through all that and make it as a professional. But there's so many different things you don't have to be good at it to enjoy it, but you've got to enjoy going there and taking part. So that's the main thing, and then hopefully in time, um, the kids of 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 will think, well, this is good. I like this. I'm keeping healthy. I'm keeping fit, and then maybe an opportunity for me to make a name for myself in football.
True. So actually, as India, India is sitting on top of a volcano of metabolic syndrome, diabetes, hypertension, cancers, and multiple ischemic heart disease like that. So we need to promote this physical activity from very beginning in our from the very basic school levels. So as someone who has seen the sport at the highest level, what message would you like to share about the role of football in building healthier individuals and community?
Yeah, well, I just think with football, it can build so many different things. It can build your fitness levels up. it can make you strong-willed. It can make you realise what you need to do to become successful. So many different things. Mental well-being, where you might be criticised. You might not be doing the right thing, and people criticise you. It's how you react to that criticism which will see you in now in the future. When it happens is when you get older, you've dealt with it already, and you get your mind right and you go again. It's just for me, it's just the best game in the world, and I would love that more people got the opportunity to come and to be able to do that, to play and to do that. And I think if you're happy, the biggest thing again is enjoyment. You've got to enjoy what you're doing, and at any level, it's if you're not enjoying it, what's the point of doing it? So you're getting enjoyment from it. You're waking up in the morning thinking, oh, well, I've got football tonight. And right the way through the day, you're looking forward to it. So your brain is now happy, and you're thinking, oh, I've got football tonight. Let's get through the day. So it covers so many different points.
True, true. Thank you, coach. So actually, you had again re-emphasized the definition of health that had been taught to us from the very long days. That health is not only a physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being, but it is a wholesome. So not only physical well-being, not only mental well-being, it is a wholesome. We need to make it as a whole. So football is something which can provide us physical well-being, mental well-being, social well-being, and also sometimes spiritual well-being too. So thank you so much for sharing your incredible journey and inspiring insights. It's really fascinating to see how football can unite communities, inspire individuals, and contribute to healthier lifestyles. We really appreciate your time, coach, and wish you continued success in all your future endeavors. And really thankful to you, coach, for giving your valuable time with us.